When you start from scratch, nothing but dirt, and you transform the earth to what the plans call for, it makes you proud that you've done this. Very proud. And to do that, you have to have help doing it. No one man can do it by himself. We own Mesa Equipment Company, San Antonio, Texas. We are a site work company. We do our site work, dirt moving, and asphalt paving. We never had a website. It's always word of mouth and a handshake.
Mesa and Holt, we've got a very close relationship. They've been Holt customers for a long, long time. They've got 86 pieces of CAT equipment, about 2 pieces of non-CAT equipment.
Holt, they're our biggest partner, honestly. With the amount of equipment we have, it takes someone working with you every day to get it done. And Brandon, he has done that.
I love my job, I love my customers. This is an old family business. I don't remember how many years exactly, but it's been around a while. We've got the founder, D.A. Murray, is on site. His son, James Murray, runs operations, and his son, Jake, is an operator and a foreman.
It takes a different kind of mindset to be a third generation in here. The way they brought me up doing it, I had to start from the bottom. There wasn't a guess about it.
They grew up out in the field with me, and it's paid off big time. Here in the last year, we've done more work than we have in a very long time because it's just been that busy.
They're growing quickly. They've got 23 jobs going on in San Antonio currently.
Oh.
Absolutely, it keeps us all busy.
The most important thing I have is to make sure everybody's running. Can't have anything parked, and if it's parked, I need to know why.
We have the most expense of anybody on the site. Our commitments are 3 to 5 years on everything that we buy. So we try to look into the future quite a bit. When they started approaching us about rebuild, I fell into it right away. I was in for it.
We knew that it was not long before we were going to have to replace an engine, replace the transmission, replace the final drives. We knew all of those things were right around the corner. This D6 Dozer, it was a little over 12,000 hours. The only other options were to start replacing major components. By doing it this way, we were able to schedule the rebuild. We were able to plan for the downtime. We were able to get a low-cost rental out on site so they weren't without their machine.
Financially, it made sense, compared to buying a new machine and realizing the hours that were on it. And sometimes rebuilding the older machines, we feel like it's just easier to maintain and work on.
When I first took this position on 5 years ago, the cost of rebuilding a mid-sized piece of equipment like a D6, it wasn't very feasible. But with the upswing in the reman products and components from CAT, it's enabled us to knock down the cost of those rebuilds to where it is feasible.
The CAT reman product is a drop-in product ready to go, so we don't have to disassemble the old engine, evaluate the parts. We have a new part ready to drop in. That gave us a fixed price from the very beginning, and it significantly reduced turn time.
If we can get it back up, give it a second life, then we're money ahead.
We're here at Holt Cat in Texas. Machine rebuild facility, which is a 75,000 square foot facility. CAT tractors, they're meant to be rebuilt, and by catching it at that lower hour, we're able to keep the cost and the value proposition favorable. Mr. Murray sent us his D6T tractor to come in for a full certified powertrain and hydraulic rebuild.
At first, the perception is that it's just an older piece of equipment that we're putting parts on. But when they see how far in depth we go, they realize that it's much more than that. It's more like a new machine.
The first thing we do is full machine inspection.
Check for oil leaks, bent components, damaged components.
After that, the machine is completely disassembled.
All the way down to the frame.
We send all the components out to our specific component shops for recondition and overhaul.
I typically do a lot of the cooling packs, like the radiator and air cooler assembly, while say another guy is doing the engine, so that all the components can come together at the same time.
After those come back, we then reassemble the machine, and then it's put through rigorous testing.
And then paint.
I was shocked on the steps that they go through to check all this stuff.
One of the deciding factors was the equipment protection program.
3-year, 5,000-hour warranty, powertrain and hydraulic. Just gives them more trust. They know that if something does happen, it's going to be covered, it's going to be taken care of.
You know, the thing that really gets me going in the mornings is the iron. I love dozers. We take a lot of pride in the machines that leave our rebuild facility.
Some of these machines get pretty roughed up, and I love when you can take something like that and be able to make it nice and new again, you know. Everybody's excited when we get to see the first fire up.
Here, a year after the Mesa machine is left, you're probably going to find the paint's a little bit roughed up, but that machine you're going to see is going to fire up, but it's going to go straight to work.
You could definitely tell just the power, the tracks, everything just, it was there. You weren't having to search to find response time in the joysticks.
It's running strong, it's running just like it did when it was brand new.
It was like getting a brand new machine.
Their equipment gets run, they're extremely happy.
And I see it go and get rebuilt again and coming back again.
To grow something like this and your family's still here fighting with you every day, it makes you proud.